Institute for Market Studies. Good to have you with us. So 60% of Lebanon's imports come through this Beirut port. So what's the impact of its closure?
So indeed, it's a big impact. Lebanon relies heavily on trade. Lebanon is a small country. We import mostly all our needs in food, in medication, and that's why we actually need an operating port. Now, the port of Beirut, the full capacity is, let's say, 1 million containers. While the port of Tripoli is 300,000 container. However, given the crisis, the economic recession that Lebanon is going through, the port of Beirut was actually running at 30% capacity. So the port of Beirut was actually running at 300,000 container, while the port of Tripoli was basically not really running. They were doing like 70 container, right? So you can shift everything to Tripoli if the economy does not grow, if you stay in a recession. Now, if you expect one day to pick up and regain the growth, you would really need to fix the port of Beirut quickly, right? And the speed here is very crucial.
So, of course, now a lot of international aid is going to be arriving in terms of materials, in terms of food, in terms of medicines. How is that going to get into the country?
A lot of aid is being channeled through the airport, right, by airplanes. Now, of course, this is quicker, much more expensive, and I don't know if the airport have enough capacity to get all of this in. I think that we can transfer most of the shipments through the port of Tripoli. I mean, port of Tripoli is good. They have enough depth. It's like 15 meters deeper than the port in Beirut. We do have an empty land near the port of Tripoli, which is the CEZ, the Tripoli Economic Zone, that can be used to shift the free zone of port of Beirut to Tripoli. So those quick fixes can be done if the government moves swiftly, quickly, and with the support of private companies, right? Because the government alone won't be able to do anything. However, more importantly, I think that the port of Beirut should be quickly given or contracted to a private company so that they can fix it, manage it, and run it. I think that the Lebanese government does not have any funds to rebuild the port of Beirut, and it will be a catastrophe, Beirut, without its port. I think the only way here would be to have a private company take the port in a build-operate-own format, for example, or a build-operate-transfer format, where they build the port, manage it, take the income getting out of it, and then the government can tax them. That's the only way to build the port quickly. If you leave it to the government, it will take the government 30 years before getting something running.
OK. Patrick, Mardini, we have to leave it there. Many thanks for taking the time to join us there from Beirut.